Hey everybody, I want to give you an update on the Harvest Kale Advance the Gospel initiative. This is something that we've taken to heart from Philippians chapter 1 verse 12, where Paul tells us that it doesn't matter what's going on, if it's serving to advance the gospel, that's what he's giving his life to. And that's what we want to give our life to here as well. And so we've asked you to pray. We believe firmly in the power of prayer, and James tells us that we shouldn't expect anything if we're not praying about it. And so we need to pray, give. We've had an unbelievable first response, and we're asking you to continue to be a part of that. We want to go. So excited that our children are going to lead us in this, actually. The first Sunday in February is Mission Sunday for them, and they've been gathering all month. They've been gathering up coins and little money, and they're trying to buy a water buffalo for some of the churches that Harvest has in Nepal. And by faith, I believe that's going to be an awesome response there, and maybe 2 water buffalo. That would be great. So our kids are even leading us in our go aspects of things this month. And then we want to share. We just want people to hear the vision and to get caught up with it and to join us in these things. And so I've been preparing recently for a sermon from Psalm 145. In verse 4, it says that one generation shall commend your works to another. They shall declare the acts that you've done. And that's so on mission. That's so exactly what we want to be about in this Advance the Gospel initiative. The idea that we would pass through generations the awesomeness of who God is and his mighty works, and that we would praise him, and that people who don't know him would then begin to praise him. And to do that, we have a number of things that we're trying to accomplish. Obviously, we want to connect. We want to go to some of the churches and help them in their initiatives, get better connected to other Harvest in our area. We've talked about how we want to do some leadership development, and I want to tell you a story about how that's really beginning to pick up speed here at Harvest KL with this gospel, Advance the Gospel initiative. So we have a man in our church who's been serving as a small group leader, Sam, for a number of years here at this church, and his real heart desire and passion he is that he would become a pastor, and he believes that God is calling him to this. And even though there are a number of situations in his life that have seemed like obstacles to that, God is doing a work and has brought him to a place and a position where he can begin to prepare further for this. And so Sam has begun to do some work at one of the local seminaries here, and our church is getting behind him and beginning to help him in this process. We just recognize that one of the things that we want to do is help ministry leaders, guys who want to train to become ministry leaders and to plant churches, that we would get behind them, begin to train them, sometimes in a formal way like this, and then through our training process here as a church, and then send them out. And so we're beginning this process, and Sam has started taking classes, and we've started to use some of the Advance the Gospel money to help him with that process, to speed that up a little bit, and just to begin to gain some momentum in that. And so I'm so thrilled that you are joining us with this, that you are praying and giving and going and sharing, and I just want to encourage you to continue that. Would you do that? Would you pray for this? Would you begin to pray daily, if you aren't already, that God would use Harvest KL to advance the gospel? And just pray for Sam and pray for the kids and pray for our future opportunities. And then we want you to give. And in your bulletins, you have this little pledge card. If you haven't given already, and you want to pledge to give throughout the year, I would encourage you to fill one of those out and pass that in to us. And we just want to know how you think God is using you in that. And of course, if you've given already, and we thank you so much for that. We're excited about what God's already doing with your gifts, and just look forward with that as well. Also online at our website, if you go on our website, and you can sign up for the pledge cards there, and just let us know how you plan to give this year to the Advance the Gospel initiative. That would be super helpful to us as well. And so that's pray, give, go. We're going to have more opportunities for that, and I just want to let you know I'm going to be going to the U.S., and I'm going to be at Harvest Annapolis, Maryland on February 19th, and then I'm going to be at Harvest Fairfax, Washington, D.C. area. It's on February 26th, and just 2 Sundays connecting with some churches and sharing the vision with them, and I'm just excited to be able to do that, and just encourage you to, whatever opportunities you have as well, tell people about what's going on here, show them the website, show them the vision for what we're trying to do. We're seeking to commend to the next generation the awesome works of God. We want to advance the gospel. Help us.